Sawadee Kap, I'm JP Mestanza. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Over 1,000 runners took part in the We Run Phuket Fun Run at Patong Beach yesterday, and it was one of 3 events held throughout Phuket over the weekend, even today, and it's prompted the Tourism Minister Pipat Rajakaprikan to declare that this could be the way forward to boost the number of visitors coming to Phuket and generate income for residents and businesses on the island. On Sunday, the minister, along with the Patong mayor and Phuket vice governor and others, presided over the opening ceremony of the We Run Phuket Fun Run on Patong Beach, where the city has been battered by measures to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, as many businesses in the once bustling Sin City of Phuket remain closed, with some locals still collecting meals from charity food drives. The over 1,000 runners at the event were from 60 different Thai provinces. Later in the day, the minister Pipat presided over another event, the Amazing Thai Taste at Phuket local food event at Queen's Syndicate Park in Phuket Town, organized by the local TAT office. And then today, the Phuket Surfing Contest 2020 began at Kalin Beach, just north of Patong, with the competition going into Tuesday as well. Still, the COVID-19 pandemic has devastated the tourism industry on the island, with officials in Bangkok still considering plans to allow international tourists into Thailand by way of the capital and Phuket, but with a 14-day quarantine that guests would have to pay for, and prices could go as high as 220,000 baht for the quarantine. At the moment, only 4 resorts in Phuket have been designated as official state quarantine facilities, complete with medical staff on hand, and tourists would be allowed to roam the grounds there at the resorts, although that is subject to a negative COVID test and other measures. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. The Thai Meteorological Department is forecasting scattered thunder showers and isolated heavy rains for Phuket and the rest of the Andaman Coast provinces through to this Thursday, September 17th. The TMD says heavy rains are expected to cover around 60 to 80% of the area, with southwesterly winds potentially reaching up to 35 kilometers an hour, and waves expected to average 2 meters high, up to 3 meters in thunder shower areas, with small boats urged to keep ashore throughout the period of heavy weather. Phuket emergency services are on alert by order of the governor after heavy rains caused flash floods in Patong and Trentale, as well as other areas of Phuket last week. A rivalry between 2 tuk-tuk taxi drivers in Songkhla turned deadly after one shot the other 9 times, leaving him to fight for his life at a local hospital. We want to caution you, this next video might be too graphic for some people. Colleagues told reporters that the 2 men had been competing for and fighting over passengers for years, but that it reached a boiling point yesterday as they were both at a tuk-tuk queue at Hat Yai railway station when the train had arrived at about 3 p.m. They began hawking for customers when they began to fight, and one of them, 40-year-old Chow Walit Putaksin, allegedly shot his rival from behind 9 times. Police have detained Chow Walit while the victim is now in critical condition. The head of a government team negotiating peace in the south of Thailand, they will consider a proposal by local Muslim representatives to make every Friday a state holiday across the kingdom. In a meeting with local Muslim representatives from the 4 border provinces of Pattani, Yala, Narathiwat, and Songkhla, General Walop Raksona, chief of the negotiating team, said yesterday the representatives asked for the government to declare Friday, already a holy day for Muslims, as a public holiday and rewrite village signs in Thai, Malay, and English to open doors to ASEAN. In addition, they asked that Malay be declared the official language of these 4 provinces, which are Thailand's most southern provinces. The Deep South has seen decades of conflict with violence that has taken thousands of lives, but after the meeting, the 4th Army Commander, Lieutenant General Ponsak, described the talks as a breakthrough and said they will study the proposals. The hunt for a crocodile is now on at the Saphan Hin district of Phuket Town, after a local resident spotted the reptile there near the mangrove forest and posted photos on his Facebook page, sounding the alarm for officials last week. Over the weekend, officers from the Phuket Fisheries Department went out with local guides to place a cage trap complete with chicken remains as bait. So far, they've yet to trap the crocodile, which they say poses a threat to local fishermen in the area of the mangrove swamp at Saphan Hin. 2 new coronavirus cases in Thailand today, bringing the total to 3,475 cases nationwide since the outbreak began, with 96% of patients recovered and the death toll unchanged at 58. Today's cases were Thais who returned from abroad, including the United States. Meanwhile, test results are still not back from the 286 people who had been in contact or close to a football player from Buriram United, an Uzbek national who was diagnosed with COVID-19 late on Friday. So far, players and staff from Buriram United, Ratchaburi Mitrapol, and Konkan United all tested negative. They had all been on the same flight together. The positive test happened on the eve of the restart of Thai League One and forced a postponement of 4 League One and League Two matches. And that's it for Phuket Extra today, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. For safe, secure, and soundproof windows, visit PVCPhuket.com. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.